Hello everyone, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and I'm back from my 2 weeks off, and so we're going to get started with a Prehistoric Facts special episode number 195, and we're going to be talking about a horned dinosaur ceratopsian, and that ceratopsian is Utahceratops, and this is an image of what Utahceratops look like, and I like this illustration. It looks really, really nice. Some information about Utahceratops. The name literally means in Greek or Latin is Utah horn face. Length is 16 to 23 feet or 5 to 7 meters. Height is 6 feet or 1.8 meters. Weight is 4,000 pounds. Lived 76.4 to 75.5 million years ago in the late Cretaceous period. And the fossils are found in, you guessed it, Utah in the United States, and was discovered or described by well-known paleontologist Scott Sampson in 2010. So this dinosaur has been around for 12 years. And so, yeah, so this is kind of a fairly recent dinosaur. And so, yeah, let's actually keep going here. And so where I'll point out for a lot of you guys that are not very familiar with the United States. So where Utah is, it's this pink state right here. And so you can actually see right there where I circled, that is Utah. And Utah is pretty much a gold mine for dinosaur fossils and any kind of fossils, really. And so, yeah, Utah is a very well-known place of finding dinosaur fossils, mainly a lot of the Jurassic fossils, mainly the Morrison Formation. But at least some Cretaceous fossils have been found there, and then it's really, really neat. And Utahceratops is one of those dinosaurs. And so it was found near Grand Staircase, believe it or not, Utahceratops. And so here's a size chart of what you're compared to a human female to a Utahceratops. And so yeah, it's kind of like a medium-sized ceratopsian compared to some other ceratopsians like Torosaurus, Triceratops, Styracosaurus. You know, those types of dinosaurs were a little bit bigger. And so, yeah, you actually get that idea right there. And this is the skeleton right here, based on the holotype specimen. And so there are some bones missing. And so this is a nearly complete skeleton. And so I probably say this is just above 60% complete. So the holotype is over 60% complete, which is pretty nice. Which is pretty nice for a good fossil discovery right there back in 2010. Some more information about the Utahceratops. The Utahceratops is part of the Ceratopsidae, which is no question about it. And then, of course, it's part of the Chasmosaurinae family of the Ceratopsians. So that includes like Chasmosaurus, Styracosaurus, Pachyrhinosaurus, Triceratops, Torosaurus, you name it. So it's got all the kind of well-known, part of the well-known Ceratopsians. And so, like most Chasmosaurians besides Triceratops, this Ceratopsian has holes in the frill, and that means this frill is mainly used for display purposes, not really used for defense. If it was made for defense, it'd just be solid bone like all the way through, like Triceratops. But Triceratops' frill is also used for display, but you get the idea there. And Utahceratops has small horns, both on the nasal or the nose and on top of the eyes. And so this dinosaur is not very well equipped for defense. So this is a dinosaur that's probably more likely living in herds. More likely living in probably say like a small herd where it actually has to protect the young and in that sort of way. And of course the brow horns on above its eyes, they're pointing sideways, so they're actually kind of pointing. So like the left brow horn is pointing towards its left and towards the left outside, and then the right brow horn is pointing to the right on the outside. And so this is a fairly weird configuration for a ceratopsian, but that's nothing new. To ceratopsians, there are some strange horn configurations on some ceratopsians. The frill does have some spiky bits on the frill, but they're kind of nubby, so that probably means it's not going to be used for defense whatsoever. And then, of course, like all ceratopsians, Utahceratops is a herbivore. The environment and where Utahceratops lived in, it was warm and humid. There would have been wet and dry seasons. In Utah, there would have been wet and dry seasons. When you get further north in North America, it would have been a little bit cooler and also would have had some more, like, say, continental climate uh, type of ordeal right there. And so wet and dry seasons, there were in the types of plants that were around. In Utahceratops, there would have been a bunch of trees, ferns, cycads, and flowers. No grass, of course. And there would have been plenty of rivers, lakes, and ponds, and of course the Western Interior Seaway, which would have been a little bit further east of Utah, kind of like got to go straight through the middle of Colorado. And there are other types of animals that were living around there. There would have been insects, amphibians, reptiles, mammals, birds, which are considered dinosaurs, and you got pterosaurs and other types of dinosaurs. The only predator that was able to find and where the rock formation of Utahceratops is found, believe it or not, it is Teratophonius, the Tyrannosaur, Teratophonius curry. And so this Tyrannosaur would have been around quite a lot for Utahceratops, and probably Utahceratops is probably the favorite meal of Teratophonius. And so Teratophonius would have been the top predator in its time. The extinction of Utahceratops was mostly due to climate change. The Western Interior Seaway was expanding slightly, and then of course there was a bunch of ceratopsian competition. Like at that time, around 75 million years ago, ceratopsians were just everywhere. There were like a bunch of ceratopsians everywhere. Like there was like Diabloceratops. There was also like other kinds of ceratopsians that were around there, like Cosmoceratops, and even other types of ceratopsians. So there were a lot of ceratopsians, and even like hadrosaurs were around, like Lambeosaurus. And I mean, like there were so many herbivorous dinosaurs that were just competing for the same food sources. And so, yeah, that would have been a lot. It would have been very, very crowded to find whatever they could to eat. And so, yeah, it's mainly due to competition and also climate change. And so here is a map of North America of what it looked like around 75 million years ago. And you can see the Western Interior Seaway cutting straight through the middle of North America. Utah, if I could point this out here, is right around here. Actually, no. I take that back. Yeah, so hang on a second. Yeah, so Utah is going to be like right around here. And so it's kind of hard to see, but in this image, you would actually definitely kind of get the outline of Utah. And so it's not too far away from the Western Interior Seaway. And so, yeah, that would have been around. That would have been pretty around that time when Utahceratops went extinct. And so in the next episode, it'll be on October 6th, 2022, and there'll be a Q&A episode. So if you got any questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life, feel free to email me at dinochrist71@gmail.com. Also go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, yes, you post your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messenger is for private conversations. And so, yeah, please make sure you put your questions in the comment section. And for you YouTubers out there, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also, according to my analytics, a lot of you guys that are checking out my channel are not subscribed yet. So please hit that like button because that helps out the algorithm and also gets this video out to a bunch of people that are interested in dinosaurs and other prehistoric life. And so subscribe to the channel so that way you can get weekly notifications every video that comes out. So the past 2 weeks I did not post a new video because I was taking some time off, and so yeah, and so make sure you subscribe, and the videos will continue throughout the remainder of the year. Mainly, probably will have a Thanksgiving break, and then of course a holiday break at the end of the year. But you get the idea. And so yeah, so the weekly videos will continue, and also stomp on the notification bell or hit that notification bell, just so you can get notifications of every video that comes out. And also for YouTubers out there, leave your questions in the comments section because I do read them all. Your questions do mean a lot on those Q&A episodes, and you guys are awesome for giving me some great questions, even on like Facebook and even in my email. So you guys are just giving me some great questions, and I thank you for that. And you can keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL. That's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of the people around you, and also for you younger people out there that miss your list, and your parents, your teachers, and the guardians, it's the best motivation you could have. A good education is very important. Have a good education. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. That's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time.